This episode of Inside High School Sports is brought to you by UConnect Care. The path to recovery begins with you. We are the place to turn when you don't know where to turn. Take the first step by contacting us today, and we'll be with you through every step thereafter. That's UConnect Care. The path to recovery begins with you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inside High School Sports. Alex Brasky alongside my co-host, AJ Sobolski, also Paige Harding and Coach Pete Bueller of Oakfield, Alabama, Elba. A fantastic season for Paige, ended in a state championship, also been a part of quite the run for OAE girls track and field and indoor track over the past several years. Coach, why don't we start with you? Can you reflect on Paige's career and kind of what's helped her ascend to this point and reach that state championship glory?
Absolutely. A lot of work went into it for sure. In one of the write-ups we did for the Daily News, I called Paige, which is definitely true, a student of the sport, and specifically a student of pole vault. I mean, she keeps a journal. Like, she just doesn't come to practice. She absorbs it all, adjusts. We're very lucky here at OAE. We have a great partnership. Like, Paige is so good. We've hired out outside help in Rochester that she gets extra lessons kind of deal. But she kind of started pole vault in seventh grade and hasn't stopped yet. The passion and the work ethic, dedication has ramped up, improved every year. I mean, she's doing pole runs when it's hailing outside, kind of during indoor track. So absolutely all of the success that she's seeing is well-deserved. She has certainly put in the time. She has all our indoor track and outdoor track record for pole vault. She's a 4-time outdoor track all-star. And indoor track, she's an all-star as well. We're not in indoors, we're not in the GR, we're like this, Rochester League, but she's an all-star of that as well.
Perhaps even more impressive, competing against those Rochester athletes.
Yes, exactly. There's 40 teams in our indoor league, Rochester Winter Track League, and that includes private schools like McQuaid's there, Corning's there. Corning's not even in Section 5, but they're in our league. City schools like UPrep, Franklin, East High, and she's still taking home all-star honors and winning these meets as well. But she's a 6-time sectional champion in pole vault. She just completed her 5th state trip, state meet appearance, that's 2nd all-time in OAE history. So there's just so much to be proud of. And like you said, the state title, she's the 4th male or female ever in OAE outdoor track and field history to take home a state title. So all well-deserved, and the hunger is not left, as you know, not at all.
Coach Bueller, Paige, thank you for joining us. Paige, first question for you. Can you walk us through the emotions of winning a state championship and just that day in general and how you felt?
Yeah, so it was kind of a crazy day. The weather was not cooperating. It seemed like a nice day to start. It wasn't too hot, a little bit of a wind, but not bad. We did warm-ups and everything. Everything was going good. We weren't knowing really what to expect each meet just because I've been injured since indoor season, and just kind of coming back, we didn't even really know what to expect this outdoor season. And then just still being on modified runs and stuff, we just didn't know what to expect. And then we got to, I think I cleared 2 heights my first try, and then the weather got horrible, so we were in like a 2-hour rain delay. So we were sitting, and then they were like, oh, let's have you come back out. And we went back out, and they're like, no, we're going to wait another half hour. And then we had to warm up again. So that's always tough. It's already a long day for being in a field event. And then what's normally 3 hours turned into probably double that, if not more. And then we just kind of went from there. And then at first, they didn't really tell me I'd won until after I was done. But it was definitely exciting. Yeah.
So I know you set the bar high literally this year, but with 1 year left still, what are your goals for the 2025 season? I know you set the bar really high, but what are some things you want to achieve next year?
Yeah, so this season obviously was crazy. This whole junior year was crazy, just not at all what we expected to happen, just being hurt. We were happy to get back to where I was before I got hurt, so we're going to do a few meets over the summer, hopefully get to where we thought I could be, and then definitely going back to states will be a goal for both indoor and outdoor, and then hopefully try and go for that title again. There's always other people coming up, and just try and get back up to where the track that I was on before.
Paige, how far do you want to go in this sport? I know that it's kind of a unique sport in terms of the individual nature, and you can kind of put yourself on a track to reach Olympic level if you have those lofty goals. So there's certainly a lot that you can accomplish and a lot of levels that you can reach along the way. So where do you place your ultimate goal in this sport?
Yeah, so definitely I would like to pole vault in college. These past few weeks we've really been doing a lot of searching, lots of emails, lots of calls, and everything like that. So academics will come first, but definitely doing it in college at a level where it'll be good competition. I'll have a good coach, just a good experience, and just kind of going from there. My coaches always say it's about the process, not the product. So this year has been a lot of a process, a lot of learning experience that a lot of kids normally don't get until they're in college, which was bound to happen since I started so early that we would have these hiccups along the way. But we're happy to see what'll happen hopefully next year and just be healthy.
Yes.
Coach, how about from your perspective? How high do you think she can fly in this sport?
Oh, I know. Like you said, poor girl, like right before our first indoor meet this season, we, like a leg injury kind of deal that unfortunately she's been managing all the way up to the state meet. That's why she didn't involve in nationals, because we want to get that under control to start training for next season. So she got back to her best at 11 feet 6 inches. So at practice, when she's practicing with her coaches in Rochester, she's hitting 12, she's hitting 13. So literally the sky is the limit. So we are very excited to get her back healthy so she can train at the proper level, because she won a state title not being 100%, if that makes sense. So no, by far, she has, which is crazy, she has the eighth highest vault in Section 5 history. Section 5 history, 8th highest vault. And that is being hurt. So we're excited to get her back healthy. And yeah, these record boards we have in OAE, it's like every time we're getting them replaced because of what she's doing. So she has a lot more to go. We're seeing 12 real quick, at least.
Paige, what have you done daily to improve as a pole vaulter? What's kind of the regimen you go through each day to really improve yourself as a pole vaulter?
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot. Most mornings before school, I'm up at 4 a.m. And I have a lift or stuff like that from my coach. We're doing stuff like that, and then getting ready for school, coming right to school, having a full day of school, and then going to school practice, normally doing not a whole bunch of stuff, but more stuff like that are just drills, pole runs, pole drops, just kind of because I've already done a lot in the morning. So in indoor, I'm able to do some of that at the school in the weight room, but we tend to do a lot of it in the morning. I go up to Rochester on top of that 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm jumping there, doing more training there. And just, it's kind of become a whole part of my life. I have a whole meal plan, make sure I'm where I should be, eating enough so that I don't get hurt, or making sure everything's all good. And then that's pretty much it. Although that's quite a bit.
Now, a lot of the motivation, has probably come from within, but you've had a support system, Coach Buehler, your family. Just discuss your support system and how Coach Buehler has really helped you get to this point.
Yeah, so my family has made a whole weight room at my house so that I can't get up at 4 a.m. and do all of that. So definitely a big thanks to them and putting up with me hearing the weights and stuff at 4 o'clock in the morning when they don't have to be up yet. And then Buehler, he's always putting up with me. I'm like, Buehler, hey, can I go out and do pole runs? And he always has my pull out there for me. And I'm like, hey, Buehler, I did this in the morning. Is it okay if I just do this at practice? And then he's always working with me all the time. And then this year for meets, he stuck through it with me. All I did was pole vaulting, which Buehler is not a fan of just doing one event at meets, which is hard because we are a smaller school. And just being able to do other things was definitely hard. So Bueller's putting up with me this year, and he's always, the school pays for me to go to this club in Rochester, which also helps, and just having everybody behind me. Bueller was going to go to my state meet when he was about to have a kid in indoor, and he felt terrible that he couldn't make it, but he was ready to go anyway.
Birthdays now.
Yeah.
So, Paige, AJ mentioned motivation. Where does the motivation come from to wake up at 4 a.m. and year in and year out, season in and season out? As he mentioned, I'm sure you have to motivate yourself, but can you just discuss kind of that development with your motivation? I'm sure you didn't start lifting at 4 a.m. I'm sure it's been a progression to get there. Can you just talk about the journey from a young athlete to now as committed as you are and kind of how you got there?
Yeah, it definitely, I wasn't lifting at 4 a.m. when I was a little 6th and 7th grader. It definitely started more when I was in high school, when we saw, my 7th and 8th grade year was a little funny because that was COVID, so I was doing some stuff. I was doing Bueller's workouts at home. It wasn't really a whole lot of individual pole vault stuff. I was still going to the club and stuff. And then once we saw like that I was really like falling in love with the sport, finding success in it, and once I find something that I like and I'm good at, I normally tend to put a lot into it, sometimes probably too much. And then my coach started me on a plan, and it's just kind of gone from there.
Now, Coach Bueller, how has it felt to witness Paige grow throughout her career as a person and as an athlete?
Yeah, absolutely. When you started out for 7th grade, it's like, we have to do all the testing to test her up to varsity kind of deal. And she's certainly taken the league and the section by storm, kind of, And it's been awesome to see her, all compliments to her, just grow. Her confidence has grown throughout the whole career. Like something that may have bugged her early in her career, now it's just like, water right off her kind of deal. Kind of like, just like the state meet. I mean, especially for a field event, you're locked in, you got to fight off the nerves and have a 2-hour delay. I mean, we have the whole state in Cicero, North Syracuse, we're huddling, underneath their concession stand and the building to have that composure. So the things that may have rattled her early, not a problem anymore. And she's definitely become an ambassador for the sport within our league section and our team. She's great with our young student athletes, taking them underneath her wing, encouraging people to vault kind of deal. She's not intimidating kind of deal. Like, of all her accomplishments, she could be a jerk out there, not at all. Very humble, hard work, smile on her face. So she does it the right way, outside on the track and in the classroom. And she's one of our top student athletes, top academic students as well.
Now, Paige, as you kind of look ahead and you have one season left ahead of you that obviously some high goals are in store for you, what is your advice to future athletes who want to compete in track and field in general, and just what would you leave them with, if you could, to be as successful as you've been?
Yeah, it's definitely not a linear path. When I was at those younger grades, my 7th and 8th grade year, there wasn't a meet where I didn't PR, which was crazy. Like, that doesn't happen.
Right.
And then I got to high school, and it's harder, which especially in pole vaulting as a sport, it's not easy at all. Like this year, especially being injured, just knowing like I'm not where I could be, where I wanted to be, where we expected me to be, it's easy to just give up. But that was definitely hard, but you just have to push through it all, and success is not always easy. So just sticking with it and getting started as soon as possible, especially in pole vaulting. It's definitely, I have Bueller to thank for that. When I was younger in 6th or 7th grade, we had just someone that was there for a day, and I would see my sister at these varsity meets just run around, and I wouldn't want to watch everybody running around a track, so I'd go over and I'd watch pole vaulting. And Bueller right away was like, come ever try it, and I was really hesitant, and then as soon as I tried it, it sparked from there. So just trying new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. Listen to your coaches. Most of the time they're right.
Great advice. Well, Paige, state champion, thank you for joining us. And Coach Bueller, you as well. Bigger and better things, I'm sure, next year to come.
Thank you.
This episode of Inside High School Sports is brought to you by UConnect Care. The path to recovery begins with you. We are the place to turn when you don't know where to turn. Take the first step by contacting us today, and we'll be with you through every step thereafter. That's UConnect Care. The path to recovery begins with you.